This fourth course is a kind of fun twist on scallops and bacon, but instead of scallops, we're using turnips. We're even going to sear the turnips so that they look like the same thing. You might not know you can sear turnips, but they turn out crisp and tender just after a few minutes. First, I want to start with some bacon, which we got at Formaggio. This is the great home-cured slab bacon. You want to make sure that you get big slices so you can chop them up in these nice little cubes, also called lardons. I already chopped up some, and I actually have some sizzling away and getting golden brown in the pan. So let me just save these for the next round and check on how these are doing. That looks great. All it needs is a couple minutes. This is a really nice pan for two purposes. We did cook the bacon, and then we're going to cook the turnips in the same pan. It'll have that bacon smoky flavor throughout the turnip, which I think is a nice complement for them. And let's get the heat up nice and high so we can sear our turnips. So these are the turnips that we got from the market. They're really pretty, and they're about the same size as a scallop, which I thought would be perfect. I chopped these up into about half-inch discs already, and here I'm just going to toss them with some olive oil and salt and pepper, which will stick to them, for a little bit of flavor. A good hefty pinch. That should do it. I'll mix them all up in here. All right. I'm going to place these down so that they're not on top of each other. It's a really different way to experience turnips. I'm always looking for trying out vegetables in new and interesting ways because, hey, we got to eat more vegetables, right? And I bet a lot of people will be turned on to the vegetable after this. I'm not going to touch them after I did that initial placement because I do want them to brown at the bottom. This is a nonstick pan, but it's really great for searing. It has even heat distribution. The handle is nice and cool to the touch. The reason it still sears, even though it's a nonstick surface, is that it's PFOA free. It keeps the moisture in the turnip, and it's going to brown and caramelize at the bottom, unlike you'll see in a lot of chemically treated nonstick surfaces. We're still going to have a little crisp inside of the turnip. Just the outside is going to get nice and browned. That looks like a fine example of what we're going for. One by one. Even though we do have a lot of bacon fat in this pan, I'm using that for flavor rather than kneading it to flip the turnips, because this is a great surface and they would just slide right off either way. I'm going to let this cook for another minute to brown the other sides. I think that it's a punch of flavors, unique flavors. You got the spiciness, a little bit of bitterness in the turnip, and of course the smoky saltiness of the bacon lardons. And that's done cooking. I'm going to plate these now on a nice little serving plate. I'm going to try to go for a fancy kind of restaurant-style presentation here. So I'm going to plop down a few of these nicely seared turnips. I bet most people couldn't even tell what they are, but they are going to be delicious. Look at that crispy golden caramelization on the outside. And we're going to add some bacon lardons around for crunch, a little bit of nice color. All right, and last but not least, I wanted to give it a nice fluffy microgreen topping. Not too much, but we did get these great, microgreens from the market yesterday. They're great and fresh, and it's going to taste lovely all together.